You're going to talk to, Russell Seymour and Frank Senafani here in a little bit. Two guys that Russell's been a 4-year starter on our line. Frank's been a kid who's played 3 years for us. If we can end up, surrounding good people around him, it should be easy on him, and he won't have to, end up feeling like he has to make plays. He can just get the ball out to some of our other athletes and just let him be himself and let him be a football player.
You had a tough little running back a couple years ago. Is he in the Senafani?
Well, he was
same mold.
Yeah, he is. Frank's definitely a kid who can end up hitting the hole quick. He makes a quick read. Probably Ryan was a little bit faster, but
what was his
Frank is
last name?
Kohler. That was Ryan Kohler.
Yeah, okay.
Ryan Kohler, was a good one. Frank ended up, was behind him when Frank was a sophomore. He actually Frank played a little wide out when Ryan was in the backfield.
Okay.
But with him, I think he's definitely taken on that role and has done a great job for the past 2 years for us. He's a tough kid, hard-nosed kid, and if it comes down to it, we do want to give Frank the ball when it counts.
Looking over their bios, Russell and Frank are both 4.0 students. Yes?
Oh, we do. I'm telling you, this senior group, if we did an average of our seniors with their GPAs, I bet you we have another, 2 or 3 of them that have high GPAs like that. Again, the senior group is definitely an exceptional group for us. Kids, they're not selfish kids. I know before the season we had to talk to a couple kids, and they were trying to go for a position, and we kind of ended up saying, hey, there might be a better spot for you. You might be better somewhere else for it. And these kids are just unselfish, and they're ready to come to practice every day. And it's really a staple right now for our younger kids in our program. Just that whatever you ask them to do, they're all in for it and they're ready to go.
1-1, are you okay with that right now?
Well, I don't think you're ever okay with losing a football game. Like I said with the McDonald game, I definitely think we had opportunities to end up putting points on the board. We did. Like I said, we got a penalty there on the 1-yard line. It kind of killed us. We ended up kicking a field goal. We got the ball right back. We could have tied the game up, 14-14, and it was unfortunately 14-10. But again, our kids grinded through that game, and they never gave up, and they kept trying. So, there's definitely going to be some times where you're going to face adversity that sometimes you can't control, whether it's a penalty or whether it's some sort of different thing you can't control. So, we just got to, have our kids just keep fighting play after play, yard after yard. And if we do that, we feel like good things are going to happen.
You got a tough one in week 3 ahead of you, right?
Well, right now, Cuyahoga Heights,
perennial playoff team.
Oh yes, they were. Last year, they were in the regional finals game against Kirtland. I think they lost 31-28, and they only lost 2 kids. So I definitely think this is going to be a battle for our kids. And we've talked about this week is, hey, we just got to make sure we got a chance to end up shocking the state of Ohio. And we got to end up coming. They got a long way to travel. We got a lot of things for us that are in our favor. We just got to make sure we line up. We got to play some hard-nosed football this week.
How much do you use the playoff word in your program?
Well, we don't. Well, you try to, I guess, because you want to end up doing it.
And does Berngard change any of that, or the attitude, or anything differently? Being 9 in a row, or whatever he had.
I don't know if that experience just for one person is going to bring that over. We do talk about it. I talk with these kids. If we end up pulling this game off, or hopefully when we end up playing this game off, I told our kids this is a game that can make or break us to not just making playoffs, but maybe getting home field advantage. This could be something we could have home field throughout the playoffs. And we just wanted in the back of their minds to know how important this game is.
Get you a lot of points.
Yeah, to end up being our program, because Cuyahoga Heights is going to win some football games.
Well, you got a big one this week. We wish you a lot of luck, and thanks for coming by and bringing some of your boys by. We'll talk with them coming up next.
Right, thank you very much.
Thanks. We'll be back from Kelly's Bar with Yards After Contact.
High school football is in full swing in the Mahoning Valley, so come on down to Kelly's Bar at 1597 Mahoning Avenue in Youngstown, your best place to catch all the football action. On Wednesday, $5 burgers, $6 open-faced brisket sandwiches, and $2 well drinks, plus the best high school football podcast around, Yards After Contact with Gary Houston and Ryan Kelly, starting at 7 o'clock. On Thursday, open jam with Jeff Spencer from 8 to 11, and 35-cent boneless wings, $3 fireballs. On Friday, the official pre- and post-game stop for all high school football fans, fish dinners, burgers, and great happy hour specials. On Saturday, Kelly Smoker Saturdays, great Buckeye specials, 10 large flat-screen TVs, and a great spot to enjoy some Saturday college football. On Sunday, it's your NFL Sunday ticket, $5 for domestic buckets, 35-cent wings, and starting September 20th, every Tuesday night, MVP Entertainment will be here for team trivia and karaoke starting at 7 p.m. Kelly's Bar and Grill, 1597 Mahoning Avenue, Youngstown. Come for the food, stay for the fun.
And welcome back to Kelly's Bar, Mahoney Avenue in Youngstown, Ohio. This is Yards After Contact. I'm Gary Houston, and we have a couple players here without their helmets on. This is the part we like about it. You get to maybe see some of the guys. We had a few different teams here last year that brought their players as well, and you get to see what these guys look and sound like without their helmets on. So it's a little different perspective, and we're glad you guys could make it with your coach Sean Guerrero today.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
Well, let's start with your season, Frank. What 1-1 start? How do you feel about what you've done so far?
I mean, the first game was great. It felt real good coming off a home opener win. It's always good, but I mean, your last season as a high school football player, you definitely don't want to see a loss. And I mean, it was kind of hard, but you definitely got to move forward and forget about it and learn from our mistakes.
What can you say about the McDonald loss overall?
I'd say just we got to capitalize the situation. We just kind of fell apart at the end. In big situations, we just seemed to not come through. I mean, we were fighting hard, but kind of lost our minds, lost our assignments, and didn't do what we've been taught to do.
What kind of thoughts did you have coming into the season this year?
I felt
Yourself?
good. I mean, obviously we lost a few guys, so that kind of got me a little nervous about it. But then got that first win, felt good, and I feel like we can still win a lot of games this year.
Captain on the team?
Yes.
Are you happy with your performance so far this year? Yourself?
Yeah.
Are you critical of yourself? Or
yeah,
not?
definitely can always do better.
Yeah.
And want to do better, get better want to be my best at week 10. So I want to keep on working hard to get better.
What do you prefer? What do you play on for Springfield?
I definitely prefer running back. I like being on the offense
And
side.
safety?
Yeah, and then I like defense. I'm strong safety, free safety, and yeah, I enjoy that too.
Any preference though of the two?
Yeah, I do like offense a little
Yeah.
bit more, getting the ball, definitely a lot more fun.
Now Senafani, is that name? Is that a sport? Poland?
Yeah,
Senafani?
Gino Senafani,
Yeah,
my cousin,
okay.
track runner. Yeah.
Okay. Any rivalries there between you two?
Yeah,
what you've accomplished?
since we've been little, we've always.
Yeah.
I mean, we're always rivals, just like
Yeah.
messing around with each other, and he'll probably come to some of my games, and just be there for me. I went to some of his, and me and him were real close.
And he had a real good track career for
Yeah,
Poland.
yeah. Even went down and watched him run track. He's definitely got the speed of the family.
Where'd he go? College.
He wanted to walk on the YSU, but then figured it was too much time, so he decided not to. But they did want him on there.
Okay. Now Russell Seymour. Yes.
Yes.
Captain.
Yes. Correct.
What positions? Tell us a little about your background.
I'm a right tackle on offense, and then I'm a defensive tackle as well.
Both you guys are 4-year starters or no?
No, I
3-year.
started my sophomore, yeah.
4-year.
4-year start.
4-year starter.
Yes.
Kind of daunting as a freshman to come in, and how soon did you get the starting nod as a freshman?
It started week 1. I got the starting position. I have beat a few guys out for my position.
Do you remember that? Do you remember that feeling? Do you remember
Yeah.
what that was like?
Very nervous, especially that first game against Brookfield, going all 4 quarters. Ended up having to come in on defense. It kind of was a wake-up call from going from middle school definitely to high school. It was a whole new animal trying to make that transition, but it went really well. I think I did well. Kind of fit in pretty good. So we got the yards and we got some wins off of it.
When did you settle into it as a varsity player? Right away, or did it take you a couple games? Was it overwhelming at first, or what?
I settled in pretty quick. We had some great leaders our first year. We had Gabe Crow, Zach Kane. Those were our 2 big returning lettermen on the defense and offensive line. So they definitely helped out a lot. They kind of helped me settle in. So.
And now you've been playing all 4. It's almost over.
Yeah.
I mean, when you think about it that way, yeah.
It's going way too quick.
Successful career though overall for yourself.
Yes, it's been.
How do you talk about what do you say about your season so far? What's your perspective of it?
I think I've done well, but there's always room for improvement. We always got to keep our quarterback safe. First year start, you want them comfortable. You definitely want them comfortable back there.
Has that been let's start with you. How's it working with this sophomore quarterback? Has he handled it well, or have you guys had to help him along the way, or what would you say about that?
He's picked up pretty good. He's definitely smart, can make all the checks. I mean, a lot more than probably other sophomore quarterbacks can do at his age, and definitely kind of give him a little reassurance, make sure you get your block. You don't want him, if he gets a little, frustrated, sophomores, inexperienced can get some mistakes if they get a little frustrated. Yeah, hurried back there.
How was he in the huddle when he first started out, game 1? Is that his first varsity experience, or did he
Yes.
play last year?
Yeah, that's his first.
Well, Yeah, that was his first varsity
How
start.
was he? How was the huddle?
You could tell maybe there's a little nervousness in his voice, but especially in the Brookfield game, once he got settled in, we started making a few first downs and started driving the ball. He kind of fell into a rhythm, and he was looking pretty good. So.
As the 4-year guy, do you kind of reassure him everything's okay, or
Yeah,
how did it
you
work?
always gotta give him a little tap on the shoulder. Let him know it's going to be all right. There's always another play. Always another game. So I think that's helped across the line. All the guys telling him, we're here for him. So I think he's enjoyed that and kind of fell into his groove.
Now, I don't want to get too far ahead, especially your coach might get mad at me, but is the playoffs the ultimate goal for you guys? Do you talk about it much? Do you think it's a possibility? I know you got a tough game this week. How do you feel?
I mean, yeah, definitely playoffs is a huge goal for us. I mean, they even preach taking it one game at a time. But if you do take it one game at a time, get it done each and every week, I mean, the ultimate goal, you're gonna end up in the playoffs and hopefully get a little farther than years past. Haven't really gone too far. Hopefully we can make a run.
Now, you know a little bit about your opponent, right? For next week, this coming week?
Yeah, we know a lot about him from playing him last year, and then just watching film. Our coach is really good. We're always prepared. I mean, we know so much about our opponents. It's crazy.
It's kind of midweek. Do you see much you like about how you can attack them or anything? You feel good about what you see on film?
Yeah, I feel really good. I mean, our offense, defense coordinators, and all our coaches they watch tons of film and they pick out every weak point, and we got a lot of places we can attack Cuyahoga Heights, and I think it's going to put us in some good situations.
Russell, how do you feel about this game coming up this week?
It's definitely going to be we're going to have to fight tooth and nail. Our coaches set us up in a position to win. They give us every opportunity to come out, have a chance with any team, especially in our league or Cuyahoga Heights. Cuyahoga Heights is a well-coached team. They got a lot of athletes on that team, but we're always, like Frank said, we're always prepared. We're always kind of set up for success with our coaches. It's whether or not we can capitalize when the game comes.
Is it a good senior class, a tight senior class? Or how would you describe it there at Springfield?
Yeah, definitely a real tight-knit group of guys. We've all played ever since our Little Tigers in 4th, 5th grade. So, we've kept our core group all the way through. We have 13 seniors coming back. So, we've always been together. We always kind of had each other's back. So we kind of know what's going on.
Is it where you kind of dreamed about doing this when you were little kids, and now it's your time? Is that kind of what it's like?
Yeah, pretty crazy. The seniors actually went to a Little Tigers practice to try to encourage the kids, and it just kind of dawned on me. I mean,
You were them before.
yeah, that's where we were.
Did somebody do that to you?
Yeah, we actually did have a few seniors come down
Did
when we were
they?
in there. It's just crazy how long ago it seems, and all of a sudden we're seniors about to play our last game in a few weeks.
How's college look? Do you guys aspire to go to college, each of you?
Yes.
Any just wait, see what happens, right? Nothing planned right now, right?
I'm applying to the Air Force Academy.
You are?
Yes.
Great, fantastic. Why? Why Air Force?
I always wanted to serve our country, but I also wanted to get a degree in mechanical or electrical engineering, and it was the best of both worlds. You could kill two birds with one stone in essence by going to college there. And I took a trip up there this past summer. It's just a beautiful campus and one of the best engineering schools in the country. So that's what
Now,
kind
do you
of
hope to continue playing football too, or just going for school?
I would like to play football up there, but everything's up in the air right now. I want to play it by ear and see how the cards unfold.
So do you know if you're accepted yet, or you just applied?
No, I've just applied. I'm looking for
things work well. You like to
yeah,
get
yeah,
out there. Anything for you?
Yeah, I definitely want to go more of a bigger school for football, get as big as I can, kind of. So I've been kind of looking at Duquesne, working hard trying to get in there.
Just played Youngstown.
Yeah, because I want to get into a good school academic-wise. But then Division III, I'm looking at Waynesburg University.
Okay, Rick
I've gone to-
Shepis.
Yeah, I'm good. I'm real close with him. I went
Okay.
to a game last weekend. Saw them play against Muskegon.
So you just want to play ball anyway?
Yeah, I definitely want to play football.
You get your money,
Continue.
school paid for, it's
Yeah.
great. Works out.
Yeah.
Well, great. Well, best of luck to you the rest of the year.
Thank you.
1-1, big game this weekend.
Yep.
Wish you guys well.
All right, thank you.
Okay, thanks for coming, being here, and
Yep.
talking with us.
Thank
We'll be back from Kelly's Bar with more yards after contact in a minute.
When you need good quality entertainment for your wedding, private party, or other event, give MVP Entertainment a call at 330-942-2424. We provide quality sound and lighting at great prices. If you'd like to see what we do, check us out at Kelly's Bar at 1597 Mahoning Avenue on Tuesday nights at 7 o'clock, or Quaker Steak and Lube in Boardman on Route 224 on Thursdays at 8 o'clock. That's MVP Entertainment, 330-942-2424.
Welcome back to Kelly's Bar, Mahoning Avenue in Youngstown, Ohio. I'm Gary Houstu, and we have a new segment here where we introduce some of the local businesses in the area, and we have one business owner that's prominent as far as in the lighting industry, and he's Jimmy Rosen, has a little background from Camel. Hercules LED. What is that? Let's start there. What is it, and what do you do for your businesses?
Hercules LED is an energy efficiency company, right in Boardman, so we're locally owned by me. We're not a subsidiary of anyone. What we do is we facilitate a program called the Energy Efficiency Program.
Okay.
It's a program that's designed to help customers save money on electricity. What we do is we convert them to LED lighting through retrofitting. For example, we'll take a 60-watt bulb and put in a 10-watt bulb. In a parking lot light, we'll take a 400-watt bulb, 400-watt fixture and put in a 150-watt. Whatever the equivalent is. And by using less wattage, it's less pool on the meter. So when they read the meter, it's less usage, therefore the bill's less.
Let's start with the name. Where did that come from? Has that anything to do with the business in itself?
It's funny you asked that because I actually was so worried about what am I going to name this business, and I wanted it to be something strong, something powerful, and the name Hercules just kept coming to me.